Good morning, all of you. Thank you for coming. This morning, we will let you know the last batch of our candidates that will be standing for the coming general election. I think you know, standing on one side, right and left, the two people you all are quite familiar with. So I'm not going to introduce, I won't bore you with all the details about these two candidates of ours. I think I'll leave it to Mun Wai maybe and Hazel just say a few words. Okay. And after that, I must have some relief. I'll let Mun Wai do some work, being the SecGen. And then finally, I'll introduce another person, and that will be over for this morning.
Good morning, everyone. My full name is Sumarleki Amjah, but you can call me Lucky. That's what the residents in Bunde and most of the areas that I visited call me, so that's easier to remember. I'm a local graduate, Bachelor of Business from a local university, and I hold an MBA from Manchester. At the same time, I'm also the head of packaged food business, process business, and business development in a multinational corporation, and I've held various leadership positions before in my past companies as well. And on the grassroots level, I've always been active in the community, the Malay community, because I'm a long time Silat exponent, Silat practitioner, and I'm the president of a Silat association, a grassroots Silat association that has the biggest number of clubs in Singapore, with hundreds if not thousands of students all over Singapore practicing in the residential networks as well as the community centers. So to me, I have both academic, professional background as well as grassroots experience. And what I want to champion is for priority jobs priority for Singaporeans. I think this is one of the most important critical area that we have to address as a nation. Thank you.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Sani Ismail. This GE2025 would be my maiden elections. I read law in the UK. Subsequently, I was involved in executive management positions in the private sector in the UK, and also was involved with a regional development agency in the UK, which exposed me to trade negotiations, job creations with the enlargement of the European community. Currently, I've been back in Singapore since 2013, and on my return, I've been involved in in-house legal counsel roles for various industries. Currently, I'm the managing director and in-house legal counsel of a firm which specializes in condo management and facilities management. These will bring a good state in terms of managing town council as far as issues like cleanliness, the maintenance, budgeting, landscape, and those other municipal issues. So my skills where I am currently could complement the works of a town council. That's all from me for now. Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will be the West Coast team. Okay? I think also at this juncture, let me introduce to you some person whom many of you may be quite acquainted with. She has been walking the ground, and I remembered I also actually introduced her, but at that time she wasn't a candidate. So now today we introduced Stephanie. Do I use Stephanie? Don't mind. Yeah. Now Stephanie is she's a lawyer, a mother of 2, but she's not practicing law. I think at the moment maybe she might do so. But she has worked in the Ministry of Law, and she has also worked in the Ministry of Defense. She's a policy, so she must be crafting a lot of policies. I think she will bring into PSP a lot of legal knowledge and also a lot of understanding of how the legal system works here. So with this little short introduction, maybe Stephanie, let them know more about you.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Stephanie, I'm 37. I joined PSP in 2023 and the main thing that I wanted to do as a volunteer back then was to assist our two NCMPs with their parliamentary work in terms of research and writing. Since 2023, I have also walked around with the party in various western parts of Singapore. As Doc mentioned just now, I'm legally trained in law, so I graduated from NUS Law. I have worked in both the private and public sector, so I was a litigation lawyer for some time, and thereafter I was a legal policy officer at the Ministry of Law and also legal counsel at MINDEF. But for the past 9 years, I have been a stay-home mom. I have 2 children. I've been married for more than 10 years. So in addition to mental health issues and education issues for our children, another area which I wish to raise awareness is the support of the voluntary caregivers that we have in our community. So I think we need to support them better, not just in terms of their financial sort of insecurity issues and retirement inadequacy issues, but also in terms of their mental health and how caregivers actually face a higher risk of burnout. So I think this is one area that I hope to raise awareness on. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me say a few words. So you have seen our West Coast team, 5 of us, together with Stephanie, the candidate for Pioneer. So this is the whole West Coast cluster. And we are ready to serve the residents of West Coast, Jurong West and Pioneer as a team. We are a very professional team. We've done a lot of work in the private sector. And at the same time, like lately, he's very grounded in the local community. Sani and myself also have wide international experience that we can bring a new perspective to the management of town councils and the management of West Coast, Jurong West and Pioneer in the future. There have been a lot of feedback from supporters and well-wishers that Hazel and I, or either of us, should contest in the SMC. We have decided that Dr. Tan, Hazel and I contesting together in West Coast-Jurong West GRC will be the best way to thank West Coast GRC residents for having supported us strongly in the last election. Dr. Tan, this will be probably the last election for Dr. Tan, a man who has devoted his whole life to the service of Singapore and Singaporeans. We continue to need him to be with us in Parliament, to guide us to be outstanding MPs like him. Always have the interest and welfare of residents at heart. We think our decision will also be the wishes of many Singaporeans who like us to take on the fight in West Coast, Jurong West GRC. PSP will take on the challenge for Singapore, for country, for people. Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, due to my motion on abolishing GRCs, as a matter of principle, I thought that I should be able to walk my talk and contest in the SMC. And in fact, at one stage, that was the plan. But subsequently, we feel as a party, we came to a decision together, as Mun said. After all, it is the West Coast residents who put both of us into Parliament as NCMP, and we should continue to offer ourselves to serve the residents if they would give us this opportunity. So hence this decision that we will contest together in West Coast, despite the fact that, with the boundary changes, it has become tougher, but we're not shying away from the challenge. Thank you.
Okay, before I ask you all to throw questions at all the members in this group, I just want to say that this particular area is actually very quite familiar to me. If you walk around, actually I have clinics here. I practice here for many, many years. So when they pushed us to here, at first we were a little bit worried. But when I look around, hey, I'm coming home. And when I go around, I'm so cheered by the fact that many of the residents call me the doctor. So I hope they will now allow me and my team to look after them as parliamentarians and help to bring this particular place to a higher level of growth and also cleanliness. As my men have told you, we have all the expertise. Yeah? So I think now I would like to, I think you'll ask them the questions. This is an opportunity for you all to ask questions to our newer people. I think to three of us, we have heard enough. Okay, please ask them.
Hi, this is for Mothership. So in 2020, you came within a few thousand votes of winning West Coast. Given the new boundary changes, do you think PSP can take the final step and win the GRC outright?
Yes, we are confident. And we are very confident because I just told you the reason why. This is not new to us, new to me. I want to believe that as I walk around, that many people have come and approached me and actually welcomed me and my team to come here. So we are confident.
Dr. Ta, this is going to be your last elections. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, it may be my last election, but a politician never die, We just fade away. But where I am, whether in politics, I think we have to look after this place. So I want to, share what my concerns with all these younger people and make them take a more responsible look at how the country should be managed. It is not just by the PAP, where I was on the PAP before, but I felt that too long sometimes we take for granted many things, and I think there should be a change. Look at things from a different angle, and this is where the importance of having more opposition in the House, not to break up this country, but actually to improve the debates in the House and also the ideas. Because they must remember, ideas is not just the monopoly of the other side, okay?
Dr. This is seen as the A team for PSP. So would you also explain how you decided to fill which team?
Every team that we put up actually must be a good team. It is our philosophy. But it's so that we are more experienced. I have fought 26. I was 26 years in Parliament, and I fought on other elections, so I'm quite familiar. Mun Wai and Hazel have gone through this electoral process in the last round, and so they are more prepared now. So the other teams faces will be new, but I think they will learn. And when we pick them to be candidates, we actually look at the qualities and whether they can withstand the pace of change that we intend to bring to this constituency, and also their ability to make this change. Okay?
And you mentioned this is also going to be a stronger fight. We know that this is traditionally a PAP stronghold, so what kind of strategy are you going to bring into this?
I think the best strategy is what I've done in the past. I want to show them that when I was 26 years in Ayer Rajah, we did a very good job
in West Coast, Jurong West will be an uphill task for us. I mentioned that before. But nevertheless, we are not shrink from any tough fight. Okay, with the new boundaries and the short runway, we know that it will be a tough fight. But we are still prepared to take on the tough fight. We want, in the course of the next, although we have been communicating with residents of Taman Jurong and Jurong Spring for the last almost a month already, but we will further deepen strengthen our message to them that we are here to serve them. We hope that they will see, we hope that we will have the opportunity to bring up issues in Parliament for them. Especially, I think there are three main areas that we can tackle. One is to actually improve the facilities in the west of Singapore, like public transport and all that, so that the values of the properties in the west can rise faster. Currently, there's a difference between property values in the west and in the east. Secondly, is to how to bring more jobs into the west. We can extend our One North cluster of high-tech industries. Some of them can actually be moved to further into the west of Singapore. And lastly, of course, to how to develop a very nice environment because the west still have a lot more land than the east, to develop this into a nice living environment where we have good work-life balance. So these are the plans that we want to put into the west side of Singapore. Thank you. Yeah. I think we are more organized this time, and we have done more resident engagement than before. And through our interaction with Taman Jurong residents so far, I think a substantial number of them are actually looking for change. But of course, as I say, it is still an uphill battle.
秘书长，我想用华语问，所以这一次领军的是你吗？还是陈医生？
没有，是陈清武医生。
然后你刚才说他是最后一次竞选，对吗？可以跟我们说多一点这方面。
你的意思是？
就是他为什么就是决定这个是最后一次？可不可以让我们就是用华语来跟我们解释一下这个选择？
好的。为什么陈进步医生这一次参选？你的意思，你的问题是这样是吧？陈进步医生永远是，如果你跟他说是为国为民，他永远会勇敢地站出来。然后我们也告诉他，他会对我们来说是非常有价值的一个存在，在国会。刚才我已经说过了，我们要继续向陈清武医生学习，如何做一个优秀的议员，为居民谋求最大的福利。所以这个就是陈清武医生这一次也参选的原因。
You have two new candidates in the West Coast-Jurong as well as a new candidate in Pioneer SMC. Could you explain to us the reason for the changes in your team?
Okay, for the West Coast team, what we think we want to do is to form a more multiracial team. So that's why we have two minorities, Indian and Malay in our team. Same with our Choa Chu Kang team, which was announced yesterday. PSP is for multiracialism. And all our minority candidates, they are all very well accomplished professionals. They can contribute very much to national issues and also community problems. So that is for the West Coast team and for Choa Chu Kang. For Pioneer, we have asked Stephanie to be a candidate because we are also very particularly interested in solving and investigating further the problems faced by women and family. And Stephanie Tan is a very good example of why a young woman who wants to continue to work while looking after the kids was not given an opportunity, or at least an opportunity that she likes, to continue to be in the job market. She's very talented. That's why even though she has been a homemaker, full-time homemaker for the last 9 years, although she at the same time is also an entrepreneur at home. But why so even though she was a homemaker for the last 9 years, we think Stephanie Tan will be able to contribute substantially to our debate in Parliament on women and family issues, which both Hazel and I had already taken up quite a bit in the last Parliament. So we look forward to actually debate those issues further in the coming Parliament.